Hello and welcome to another edition of free-to-play Fortnights. This time we'll be talking about Prison Buggy and Mr. 3. Now this Fortnite actually is kind of difficult, so you will have to use a stronghold Shanks friend to clear it consistently and quickly. So the restriction on this Fortnite means that shooters and fighters will have their specials silenced for 99 turns and have their attack greatly reduced. So super useful units like GPU and Perona are out of the question. But with that said, I'll be using Garp, who is a fighter but boosts the attack and HP of Psy units by ×2. He'll be dead weight as an attacker, but his captain ability is still pretty useful. I'll be using Raid the Flamingo to give this team an extra amount of burst, and the rest of the team is filled out with Psy beatsticks that aren't shooters and fighters. You'll have plenty of turns to stall, so don't worry if your Doflamingo has no special ups. The main thing really will be to have a stronghold Shanks friend, but if you don't have any, using another Psy friend captain will be feasible, but will be a lot more difficult. So with all that said, let's get started. So on the first couple stages, as usual, you'll want to have to stall your specials out. Now you really don't want to let those Dex guys, the dudes with axes, hit you, because I think they do just half of your HP when they go off cooldown, so make sure you don't let that happen. They can have one turn CDs, which can be a hassle, so you might have to just have your HP half, but luckily on this run, they both started at 2 and 3 CD. So it's not too bad for me, especially because I'm running a Garp. I don't want to lose, 10,000 HP on turn 1. But even then, it's not that bad. 7 stages stall CDs is pretty nice. Skill books on this Fortnite are pretty nice. You have Legend Inhawk, which is such a good special. He does, I think, 30% of the damage you dealt last turn, which is amazing for enemies that revive, such as Raid Boa Hancock and Raid Kizaru. There's Khalifa, who's a really good damage reducer for Croc teams and Whitebeard teams. Singerman's okay-ish. Idio is really good. He boosts fire and shooters with his special. GPU is obviously the best free-to-play delayer in the game, and just one of the best units in general. If you haven't maxed it out already on the Kuro Fortnite or the Karoo Fortnite, you get books from here. Probably a better drop rate than the other ones as well. There's also Mr. 3 skill book. He's another delayer. He's pretty decent if you want to use one that, on a Mihawk team and you still want to deal damage with the character as well. But, it's only a 1 turn delay compared to GPU's 3 turns. The other skill books are pretty meh, but you've already seen some pretty good ones. On this stage, you'll see one of Sadie's animal friends. The Rhino will do the most damage, but will then have a 4 turn CD, while the other twos will do around 2,000, 3,000 damage, but then have a 2 turn CD. So it averages out to be the same amount of damage really. If you need to stall extra turns, they you can stall out any stage really, so it doesn't really matter if you take damage here. This Fortnite is reasonably difficult, but if you have the right teams. The thing is that most damage, fixed damage dealers and damage reducers are shooters and fighters, oddly enough. So they really planned it out pretty well to make it kind of hard, mostly due to the restrictions. For other teams, Slashers are obviously the best free-to-play variant because strikers aren't as free-to-play friendly. I don't think there's that many great striker captains you can get pretty easily. Obviously Mihawk is really easy to get, especially because on Global and Japan he's on every weekend now, which is really nice. So it's just great for Inhawk users right now as well, especially because you can get the skill books and then you can get the sockets on weekends, which I definitely recommend doing. Because once he's maxed out, you can really do a lot of stuff like, as I said, Kizaru and Boa Hancock raids. If you don't have him, obviously Stronghold Shanks is probably the best unit to use on this because he reduces defense by 100% for 2 turns, which is really nice. Aokiji, the one you get for story mode, is really good as well. I didn't see the secret buggy stage, so here's what it looks like. You just can't hit perfects well. Well, it's harder to hit perfects for 4 turns, but other than that, he's pretty easy. You can appear on any stage through stage 1 to 6, and he's not too difficult. He doesn't have too much HP, so you can kill him pretty easily. He doesn't do too much damage either. 100% drop rate, not bad. Buggy is considered the rare drop rate drop on this island, but he's actually pretty prominent. You see him quite a lot on the last stage. Here's one of the variants of the final stage, where you see Buggy, Mr. 3 and a bunch of mobs. It's probably the second easiest, I'd say, just because Mr. 3 will have less HP than normal. Clear him out with Stronghold Shanks is special. It's just like the most powerful special you can have on this Fortnite. So I recommend getting a friend captain, or if you have him luckily enough, then you can just use them. The Flamingo, of course, provides an extra ×2 burst. And just destroys them. You can't even use Impact 2 stops, really sad because he's a Sure as well. This is the other variant with Hannibal and then the two dudes very low HP. This is probably the easiest version of the whole island. They start at like very little HP, and if Hannibal drops below 50% he gets enraged, but it's not too much of a big deal if you're running any kind of team really. This is a different variant of the team, just a free-to-play slasher team that you might want to use as well. It's a bit more harder to beat the other variants, but on this variant it's pretty easy. I'm just gonna give Mihawks 2 bad matchings because why not? Playing pretty safe for some reason, but yeah, just kill him in this turn. I think Buggy, if he appears on the final stage, will always drop. It seems that way for me anyway. Maybe I'm just being lucky. But while Mr. 3 isn't all that great, Buggy is really good for Legend Croc teams because he empties out orbs, which makes Kuma give you full matching orbs, and makes your HP 1, which it maxes out Croc's captain ability. And this is right here is the most common version of the final boss, which is Mr. 3 and a bunch of int mobs. It's probably the most difficult one by itself, but if you have Stronger Shanks, again, it's pretty easy. Stronger Shanks will just kill most of the mobs around him. And then with Doflamingo, you should be able to burst it even if you don't have too many matching orbs. But yeah, this Fortnite is actually pretty hard if you don't know what you're doing. You can't just breeze through it like most of them. So hopefully this video will help you clear it. I did have a little difficulty clearing it myself, so hopefully you guys will now have an easier time than I did. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe to see more videos like it. I hope it helped you out. Post other teams in the comments if you have any other ones that are pretty helpful to other people playing this game. It doesn't have to be free to play, especially because my version isn't all that free to play. You need a Stronger Shanks friend. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, my nakama.